What's up, everybody? So let's talk about Derrick Jaxn. So if y'all don't know who Derrick Jaxn is, y'all are living under a rock. So he is the quote unquote relationship coach that went viral several years ago. And he would sit in his car and talk about men, but really he was talking about himself when he was talking about said men being a cheater, being a narcissist. He was really speaking on himself. So he was on the Lateris R. Whitfield podcast, and his podcast is called Dear Future Wifey Podcast. And Derrick was talking about the reason why he cheated on Danae while they were married. So basically, to sum it up, he was basically blaming her for cheating. But before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can get notified on when I upload new videos. So y'all, Derrick was on Lateris's podcast, and he basically, in so many words, blamed Danae for cheating. And instead of him walking away from Danae to do whatever he want to whore around, he stayed with her and then in turn cheated on her. So watch this snippet from the Dear Future Wifey podcast.
Have aggressive energy towards a woman except in intimacy. And so how I would express my affection oftentimes was aggressive. Like, I want to pick her up. Yeah. I don't just kiss her. I pin her up against the wall, put my hand around. I'm not trying to get graphic. Yeah. There's context here. So, come up behind her and hug on her, kind of aggressive. But that would make her really, really shut down. I ain't never been so sensitive to rejection because we all get rejected, but this the first time I felt that. And what felt safer was to go out and at least have friendships with other girls. Just the conversation felt like receptiveness, like acceptance again. Mm-hmm. But those loose boundaries turned into no boundaries. So, if we continued to clash and she continued to pull away or what have you, and I'm not getting no answers or whatever, especially in my prideful state, I'm thinking, man, she got me effed up. So I'm over here doing the right thing and she over here acting like I ain't nothing. So now there's a party tonight, or there's a girl on campus, and then she got her own dorm room. And that's whenever I started messing around.
Which is interesting. Now I realize something. You were trying to be on the straight and narrow, and that aggressive personality that you had, because she told us on the podcast that she had experienced a rape 2 weeks before y'all met.
Everything that happened that was really painful was really one long repetitive pattern.
Right.
Me feeling rejected for this, that, and the other. And she handles, becoming okay again a certain way. But I didn't know certain forms of affection that were natural to me just felt scary to her, put her back in a certain space where, certain things had happened. So, yeah.
And that's so interesting. It's like, I'm getting understanding. It's like you have this woman who has experienced this huge violation of her body, her soul, her spirit, this brokenness. She meets this guy who she says she just loved the mess. She loved your dirty draws. You're wanting to show your affection. You grabbing her by her neck. You being aggressive physically, from a sexual standpoint. She's getting nervous. She's getting triggered on all levels. Don't even realize that she's being triggered like this. She's closing up rejection to you because you've experienced that growing up. Mom no longer is kissing you and tucking you in the bed at night. Rejection. So now you're like, well, now I'm going to go self-medicate. I have this history of looking at porn, and now the way I self-medicate is watching this. So now I'm going to do the outward extension of that.
Yeah.
Now I'm over here hanging out with girls. One thing leads to another. Now you over here smashing. Now it's triggering her. How did she ever find out when you first cheated on her?
Okay, so y'all heard that BS excuse for him cheating on Danae. And instead of him actually leaving and doing what he want to do while single, he still stayed with Danae and cheated on her. And if I'm not mistaken, he knew that Danae had been AR'd prior to their relationship. I'm almost certain that he knew that. And so with him being aggressive like that towards her, it probably brought back memories it probably gave her PTSD on him being so aggressive towards her. So that's why she was shut down. And being that he knew that she had been AR'd and him being aggressive and her shutting down and then in turn blaming her for cheating is crazy in my opinion. And in the comment section of the Shade Room, y'all, let me show y'all what this philandering fool had to say. He said, when a woman tells her why behind her toxic behavior, she's sharing her truth. When a man tells his why behind his, he's avoiding accountability. Like, Derrick, please get over yourself, sir. Because I myself held Danae accountable, especially after watching the video on the Dear Future Wifey podcast that she did with Lateris, because she said that she knew about the cheating and she was in the lineup with all the other women that Derrick was dealing with. She said that when one was leaving, she was going. So she knew about it. And I held her accountable because at that point, she knew and she was willing to stay with a philandering, cheating man. And so I held her accountable for that because she could have walked away too as well. But really, he should have been the one to walk away when he felt like she was quote unquote rejecting him. But really, it was because of her being afraid after being AR'd by someone just 2 or 3 weeks prior to meeting him. So, you know, it just seems like he's not trying to be responsible and be accountable for his actions. He literally blamed her for the reason why he cheated. You know, you just really want to cheat. You want to whore around and you want to have a lot of women. Just say that. It really did not have anything to do with Zanaya. Stop blaming people for your actions. And then I guess he was explaining to Lateris something about him being rejected as a child. Sir, go to therapy. Work that out with your therapist. Don't be putting your trauma on other people. Don't try to make it seem like because you went through something, you have to throw that trauma on someone else because you don't. Go to a therapist. Seek a therapist, sir. The same men that you were talking about in that car is the same person that you are. He was literally talking about himself in that car. It's crazy how he was doing that. So you guys, what do y'all think about Derrick Jaxn going on the Dear Future Wifey podcast with Lateris and basically blaming Danae for his philandering ways? He, in my opinion, just from that little clip, see, I have to go back and watch the whole thing, but from that clip, he did not take accountability for his cheating. But anyway, you guys, y'all know what y'all got to do. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Share this video, like this video. And y'all know what y'all got to do. Stay tuned for the next video. Bye.